You absolutely need a plan. Which brings us squarely to the business plan, your roadmap to success. This feels like the absolute bedrock of any successful venture.
It absolutely is. The guide really emphasizes that preparing a business plan is like doing your homework before you embark on a major project. It's the indispensable guiding document for setting up your business. Its purpose is multifaceted. It helps prevent costly mistakes down the line. It allows you to anticipate potential problems before they happen. It helps you determine all your needs, materials, skills, finance, and it enables you to program your activities properly in advance.
So if the entrepreneur is the heartbeat, the business plan is kind of the brain, right? It's what keeps you from just rushing headlong into the water without checking the temperature first. It serves as your roadmap to an unfamiliar territory, minimizing those unpleasant surprises. And, crucially, it lets you assess your actual performance against the goals you set once you're up and running.
What's particularly insightful here, and this connects to that visual, the guide uses of a notebook and pen, is how the business plan transforms your abstract ideas into concrete figures. It translates your marketing vision, your production process, everything, into monetary terms. It allows you to really assess if your expected profit truly outweighs your costs of setting up and operating the business. It's not just a theoretical exercise, it's a vital tool for understanding financial viability and making informed decisions from the get-go.
So what are the core components of this crucial document? What are the main chapters, so to speak, that you need to fill in?
The guide breaks down the business plan into 4 major components. You've got the marketing plan, the production or technical plan, the organizational plan, and finally, the financial plan. Each one is a detailed look at a different facet of the business, but they all need to work together to create a cohesive, actionable whole.
Okay, let's dig into the production or technical plan first. What does that actually involve? It sounds like it's all about the how-to of your business.
Precisely. The production process section is essentially your step-by-step recipe. How is your product actually made, or how is your service completed? For instance, in the soap making example used in the guide, you would detail every single step, combining the ingredients, mixing them, pouring into molds, the whole curing process, much like following a cookbook recipe. This helps you visualize and streamline your operations, ensuring consistency.
Makes sense. And what about the physical stuff you need, the tools, the materials?
That falls under equipment and materials. Here, you identify all the necessary machines and equipment, like for soap making, maybe a stick blender, a weighing scale, perhaps computer and printer for labels, or for a laundry shop, washing machines, dryers. You also differentiate between direct materials, things that actually become part of the final product, like the base oil, caustic solution, and papaya extract for the soap, and indirect materials, which are used in smaller amounts, like maybe the scent added to the soap. This ensures you know exactly what inputs you need to produce your goods or deliver your service.
And how does all this detail inform your day-to-day operations, or even your bigger commitment to the business? Like, can you do this part-time?
That's where the production schedule comes in. This details how long each step in your production cycle actually takes. For the soap example, the curing period is quite long, right? So you'd likely prepare the mixture for many barg all at once. Once you calculate the time required for one full production cycle, you can figure out how many cycles you can realistically complete in a week, a month, or a year. This information is absolutely crucial for deciding whether the business can be a full-time venture right away, or if it needs to start as or remain a part-time project that fits around other commitments. It dictates the operational rhythm.
Okay, moving from the how-to of production to the numbers that really dictate a business's health. Let's talk about the financial plan. This truly is the blood of the business, as the guide puts it, the ultimate translation of all your ideas into cold, hard cash terms.
It is indeed. The financial plan is where all those other plans, your marketing ideas, your production process, your organizational structure all get translated into monetary terms. This is really where you see if your expected profits are actually greater than the costs of setting up and operating the business. It's the moment of truth, financially speaking.
What exactly goes into calculating the total project cost? It sounds like it's more than just the initial money you need to start.
It's a comprehensive calculation, yeah. It includes several key categories. First, there are your fixed assets. These are the long-term investments like land, buildings, vehicles, machinery, equipment like the blender, scale, computer for our soap business example. Second is working capital. These are the funds you need for your short-term, day-to-day expenses related to production, marketing, organization. It basically bridges the gap until your revenue starts flowing in consistently. And finally, there are pre-operating expenses. These include initial costs like business registration fees, maybe consultancy fees if you paid for a feasibility study. Your source of the funds are also detailed here: personal savings, other owners, family, friends, or formal financial institutions.
And once you're actually up and running, how do you track your financial health? The guide mentions specific financial statements. For someone who isn't an accountant, what are the key ones to really understand?
Right. The financial plan usually includes projections of key financial statements. The first is the income statement. This shows your profit or loss over a specific period, say a month or a year, by subtracting all your expenses from your revenues. For example, if your soap business expects $24,000 in monthly sales, the income statement shows if that actually results in a profit after all costs are deducted. The second is the balance sheet. This is like a financial snapshot of your business at a specific moment in time. It details what you own, assets, what you owe, liabilities, and your net worth equity. And the third is the cash flow statement. This tracks the actual sources and uses of cash over a period, showing exactly where money came from and where it went.
Do you need to be an accountant to use these?
Not necessarily to prepare them meticulously, maybe a bookkeeper or accountant does that, but the crucial insight the guide stresses is that you, the entrepreneur, must understand them. They are like your business's health checkup. They let you quickly diagnose problems or confirm things are going well, so you can make informed decisions based on real data.
Woke up tracing lines on the window pane. Thought the world outside was just a driving rain. Felt like flotsam on an endless churning tide. Just a passenger, nowhere left to hide. Blame the stars, the forecast, and the twist of fate. Waited for a sign that always came too late. Every shadow seemed to stretch beyond my control. A whisper telling me I'd never reach my goal. But then a quiet hum started deep inside, and knowing rhythm where my doubt into the thoughts I sent. A tiny spark, a fundamental shift inherent.